Okay, well, I told you yesterday I'd be back. Just so much on my mind from um, what we're dealing with here in this country. It actually has kind of changed directions for me from what my normal um, way about the normal videos that I would do here would be all about real estate and uh, recently here land. And realistically, what we're dealing with is all about land. The land that we were stolen from, the land that we were brought here to work for free, land. Um, as the message to the black man, we must never let them forget. We must never forget. Uh, they're taking history out of the public schools. We don't care. Let's educate our own kids about our history, the real history, the little bit that they were allowing to be shared or dabbled in schools doesn't even touch a pinhead of the surface of our greatness, where we come from, where we're going. We have to take control of sharing our history with our young people and our older people. As I stated in the last video, I'm a little disappointed that too many of us are just not familiar, don't want to know. It's real sad. It's again, it's a westernized mindset that we have to escape. Um, I expect that we will, but we must never forget, never let our kids forget. We got to put this in front of them on a consistent basis. How great our ancestors uh, were, and how great our kids are and can be. Never let them um, feel bad about themselves, because that's what this system here and on this continent, the country of the United States, is their system is designed to make us feel bad about ourselves. We don't have to. Uh, Keep your head up. Uh, create, uh, be creators. Have goals. Um, let's do all we can as we're on this planet now to change our direction, our minds. We cannot change theirs. That these people are just going to be what they are, the way they are. It's. Uh, tell you a quick story. I went to a restaurant to pick up carry out yesterday, Mexican restaurant, but it was one of them who actually be serving me, wasn't even a Spanish person, sat at the bar for a carry out, and I sat down literally before the white guy did, and she went to serve him first, and he let her know that he was not sitting at the bar to stay. She brought him out chips and dip, salsa dip, and she brought it over to him while she was looking at me at the corner of her eye. He let her know that he was waiting for someone to go sit at the table. She when he got up to leave, she literally slid the chips and dip over to me like I was going to go for it. And you put it in front of him, and then you put it in front of me, and then you say, "Oh, I can go get you some fresh." If you really wanted to get me some fresh, you would have never put that in front of me. Of course, I paid her no attention. I played a mind game with her, and didn't allow her to serve me. Waited for another bartender server to come out, and got my order and left. But we're going to always have those games here. We don't have to submit to them. We don't have to accept them. There's a better way. Um, I talked about land a minute ago. Land, Black people start buying land here in this country if you want to stay here. That's going to be the beginning of our reparations. Start buying as much of this land here on this continent, on this country as possible, and invest in Africa. Invest in Africa. Find out what's going on there. Open your books, open your minds first, and then open some books. There are a lot of information going on about the development of land and resources in Africa that we can take advantage of, create incomes from. Land, the American dollar goes so much further there. But you got to do your own research. You got to do your own research because what's good for the goose. You got to find out what works for you and take advantage of it. Here and there, both. Again, we got options. We got an option that they don't have. Africa is trying not to do business with people aren't as the European, I should say, the Europeans and their ancestors and descendants. Africa's trying, working its best to get away from them, but it would love for us to come and share our knowledge, experience, resources to help develop the continent that we came from or was stolen from. We got to give it we got to open our minds so we can open some books, build a bridge of communication and alliance. It's going to take some time. We've got to start somewhere. Yes, we are different because of us being westernized, but we can overcome our differences once we have a unified direction. All of us want the same thing. Africa wants to develop. It's the best time for us to be a part of the development of Africa because you want to invest in you want to go in from the bottom and be able to help it grow, take it to the top, while everything is still reasonable prices and opportunities. We can do this. So my video today won't be as long as it was yesterday. I think I spent 30 minutes yesterday just going over the way I feel. Just, a lot of this is feeling. And I have some other videos that are about to come out that are along the line of, by the way, I wrote a book. It's an ebook, The Africa the World Never Saw. I need you to come on a journey with me, use your imaginations, and think about if slavery had never took place, had never taken place, if the greed of Europe had never dawned or never landed on the shores of the continent of Africa, if Africa's progress was never interrupted, if the families were never separated, if the 12 to 20 million Africans would have, the difference they could have made from then till now. Just think about it. Use your imaginations. The reason I want you to use your imaginations and come on this journey with me is because I think it could help you understand what we could still do if we all hold hands from there to here and around the world, join hands and join minds and really focus on how do we change our situations around the world. We don't have to accept what's going on. So I really wish and hope and expect that we'll open up our eyes sometime soon. And as I said yesterday, the HBCUs, they can be gold mine. That's you're sitting on a gold mine, HBCUs, with students that you're training for success right now. If you start directing some of them or as many of them that want to be a part of the development of what's going on in Africa, it behooves you to get involved. And maybe you are, I hope you are, involved with directing the students and the teachers to Africa and what we can plan to how we can help them to help ourselves. All those fresh minds coming out of all these HBCUs, these young, eager, and motivated kids, and if they once they understand what's going on there and how they could be a part of changing the times, it can be incredible. I just expect and that one day that'll happen. And again, I don't know, but maybe it is happening, and I hope so. I expect so. But we can never let our kids forget our history. Drill it in them. Help them understand the pride. I do believe that once we understand where we came from, nothing will stop us from where we have to go. When they really understand what our ancestors went through. And again, our history does not start with slavery. It does not start with slavery. Practically, they wanted it to end at slavery. That's why that's why we don't speak our languages. That's the language from our continent. That's why we sound like we do. That's why we dress like we do. Too many of us think that what's going on over there is strange, and this all has to do with being westernized. We can adapt. We can understand. We can not judge. We're being judged, because we have people on the continent of Africa don't understand us because of what went on. But then we have people who welcome us because of they know. Those who know will welcome us with open arms. And it is happening, being welcomed. Let's make this work. I keep saying over and over again, we don't have to accept this. We can change this. We have to change ourselves. Let's focus on changing ourselves. I am so glad that from the feed that I receive, all the young people who are dedicating their channels and platforms to the history and sharing the disappointments that we've seen from this country through their feeds, keeping us informed about the history that they discover and sharing. I love it. Thank you. Keep it coming. I love, keep it coming. I want to be a part of the change. I don't want to be just one who complains about what we're dealing with. I want to be I'm trying to figure out how I can help and be a part of the change. And the only thing I can think of right now is kind of sharing this type of information. Like I said, I did write a book. I wrote an ebook. Hopefully, some of you will be curious enough to read, because I would like to be. I want to feel like I can be a part of solving a problem, and this country kind of really is our problem. It is I won't say it's our problem. It's a problem for us. It doesn't have to be, but and I'm trying to figure out how I can be a part of uh, solving a problem, sharing some information for now. Looking forward to taking even more action. As I stated in yesterday's video, I'd love to be a part of maybe becoming a speaker at the HBCUs. Just let me get the kids' attention for an hour once or twice a week. Come in and just help them understand, share some history and some current and future uh, information with them about how they could be uh, jewels and gems to the continent where they came from, and build real wealth and success with a whole lot less uh, resistance and friction and prejudice and uh, all the things that go along with that. So, but I've been at 16 minutes this time, so I'm about halfway because I think I did 30 minutes yesterday. I just want to come back on and I want to be consistent with what I'm doing here. That is my goal for now until I can get in front of these college students and even high school, elementary school kids. I'd love to be able to see if I can encourage them from the youngest ages possible to be proud of who we are, where we came from, and where we can go. I'm wide open for suggestions. Anybody has any suggestions on how we can help, how I can help? I'd love to hear it. I'm looking for my off button here. So it's time for me to stop for the day. I will wow, I found it. I'll be back. I'll be back and look out for we're about to start marketing our video, our ebook, The Africa the World Never Saw. And let's open up our minds, open up our books. White people have a saying: if you want to hide something from Black people, put it in a book. And let's not let them hide anything else from us.